Hello guys and welcome to another tips video with WWII. In this one we are going to visit the pilot skill and how to improve it correctly, how to increase it, the best way to get you a pretty decent pilot from the very beginning. Pilot skill actually makes a pretty good difference in what regards to your performance. I mean, it's not going to make your plane fly faster or better or climb better or dive better. The plane is the same, the pilot is not, but the pilot gives you some advantages that really are very important and will probably mean a significant advantage if you have a properly developed pilot from another who's not. So the thing is that one of the most cost-effective things that you can do with your Golden Eagles is to develop your pilots. I think it's much more worthwhile to use your Golden Eagles to develop your pilots than to purchase a premium plane. Then again, I have premium planes in all nations, so maybe that's my personal opinion, but I think that's the case. The thing is that in this video what we are going to do is to give a review on the different skills of each one of your crews, what they are good for, what they use is for, and how finally we will enter the topic on how to properly develop them to get yourself the biggest bang for the buck. So first let's begin with the description of the crew skills. This I already did in another video a long time ago, but some things have changed, so I think it's a good time to give it another go. First of all, keen vision. Keen vision, what does is increase the visual range in the direction you're looking at. Visibility is the higher you go, the higher you have the larger the bubble is around your plane, in which you will instantly detect enemy planes in the minimap, in the radar. G tolerance is the tolerance of your pilot against the G forces. The higher you are in this skill, the more G's the pilot will be able to sustain before blacking out. Stamina. Stamina is the ability of your crew to stand fatigue. The more time you spend in the air, the lower your vitality will become with time. Not your vitality, it's resistance. The more high G pulls you start pulling around, those are going to cost a lot of stamina. If you run out of stamina, what you will find is that suddenly when you are in a blackout, you can't maneuver your plane. When you still have stamina left, you can maneuver your plane without problem, but once you are running out of stamina, you will notice that your commands stop working. And that's pretty important, believe me, especially in game modes that are based around one single spawn. If you have several spawns, doesn't matter as much, but this is pretty important for that. Next in line is vitality. Vitality is a skill that gives your pilot the ability to resist damage. So to avoid those nasty pilot kills, and the higher your vitality is, the better chances you have to get away with them. So yeah, that's good for that. Next in line is gunners. Gunners is only for bomber crews and those who have AI managed gunners, and only affect the ability to fire of the AA gunners. If you go into them and man the guns yourself, those are worth nothing. So first of all is number of experienced gunners. Depending on the bomber you're flying, you might have 3, 4, 5 spots for crew members to fire from. You need at least as many experienced gunners as spots the bomber has for weapons. If you have less than those, you will have a huge penalty in the other areas. Next in line is fire accuracy and fire precision, which work very much the same way as you would expect from the description. The accuracy gives you better aiming in general, so your gunners will aim better to the enemy fighters. Precision, what gives you is concentration of fire. So if you have a very high accuracy but very low precision, what you are going to do is to shoot like a very wide arc of bullets to the enemy, but very wide, so you are going to get not that many hits. If you have very high precision but no accuracy at all, what you're going to do is to have a very concentrated stream of bullets, but the accuracy is so low that the gunner is going to have problems actually tracking the enemy. So you want to keep them both as balanced as possible. Next in line is G tolerance. G tolerance works in the very much the same way as in the pilots. This means that the higher G tolerance you have, the more accurate your AI gunners will be while you are turning, doing some high G moves. Stamina, the same as a pilot, but the problem is here that once you are out of stamina in a gunner, the gunner simply stops shooting. And vitality, the same as a pilot. Gunners can also be knocked out, and the higher the vitality they have, the harder it is for enemy guns to knock out your gunner. Finally, ground service. Repair speed. This is how fast the crew of your plane will repair your is able to repair the plane. I mean, at the most, which is 50. This plus 30, I'm going to explain in a second. So for now, just focus on this. This 50, I think, doubles the speed of repairs, or something like that. I'm not sure exactly which is the ratio, but the higher you go with the repair speed, the faster this crew is going to repair its planes. Repair rank. This is from 0 to 20, and this affects the level of the planes this crew can use their repair speed on. So if you have a topped up repair speed, but you don't have the repair rank to repair the plane you are repairing, and this is going to affect for nothing. So imagine that you have I don't know, a Typhoon Mark 1A, a level 7. Even if you have topped up the repair speed, if you don't have a repair rank of 7 at the very least, this plane is going to repair at the standard free repair time. If you have a lot of speed and you have the proper rank, this time is going to be reduced a lot. The reload speed affects to the speed that your guns and bombs reload in the air in arcade. And back in the day, I'm not sure if it's still affecting in historical battles. Back in the day, it also affected at your repair rate when you are landed. But right now, I think that you repair as fast as you reload as fast as you repair. So I'm not sure if this actually helps you out at all in historical battles or for real. And weapon maintenance, you can see I don't have any here. Increases the spread of your bombs, the spread of your rockets, and helps you from overheating your weapons. The higher you have a skill here, the lower the chances you get an overheated weapon when you are fighting in long bursts. And also improves your bomb spread when you are in bombers, and the rockets when you are in fighters, etc. Finally, qualifications. Qualifications is a way to increase instantly your abilities in some departments. So you can see here keen vision and visibility have a plus 30 because I have a qualification in the Hurricane Mark II. I'm advanced in that plane. For gunners, it affects fire accuracy and precision. For the ground crew, to repair speed and the reload speed. And you unlock them in two steps. First steps cost you lions. Second step cost you eagles. I'm going to actually do something here. I'm going to waste 20 of my lions. Actually 10. Listen, Nimrod Mark II. Nimrod Mark II. Okay. Well, the first thing you want to see is how it affects to a normal plane. Let's say that I got a Hurricane Mark II here. You can see in the Hurricane Where is the Hurricane? Hurricane is a Mark 1. Hurricane Mark 1. You can see I don't even have basic, which means this means is that I don't have any bonuses at all. So if I go to qualification and I upgrade my qualification to expert in the Hurricane Mark 1 for this crew, it's going to cost me this amount of money. I hit yes, spend that money, and now you can see I have an instant plus 30 in all of those qualifications. Now, if you want to go one step forward and go on and spend some eagles, which are true currency, you purchase this with money, basically. You can see that in this plane I have a plus 30 because I'm already expert in them. If I want to go ace, I'll spend 10 eagles, and there you go, I'm an ace in the Nimrod, and I have a plus 50 in the same skills that I had before. So right now in repair speed, for instance, I have a 30 plus 50, I have a total of 80. Okay, so now how do you max your crew the best way? How is the most efficient way to grow a crew? The first thing you want to be sure is what is that crew is good for. If you are working for a bomber crew, you probably want to spend some points here. If you are going for a fighter only crew, don't even bother with this, because this is going to give you no benefits at all for anything that doesn't have AI gunners. So if you are in a fighter crew, you want to improve all of them more or less at the same rate. You are seeing here a pretty normal progression for me, which is trying to hit middle point in keen vision, visibility, G tolerance maybe to 30 is good enough. Stamina to the middle, vitality, try to put it to 70, and then go back and start increasing the other stuff in a more or less balanced way. At the same rate, you want to keep your, depends if you are using free repairs or not, repair speed and repair rank interest you. If you are not repairing your planes with free repairs and you are using money to repair them, these are worthless. So in this one, you probably want to go for reload speed and weapon maintenance. You can see I don't have any weapon maintenance. Why? Because I tend to shoot in short bursts mostly, and those hardly affect your overheating. I also don't use a lot of rockets or bombs, so for me it's not a very interesting option. But if you are using a lot of rockets, if you are in a bomber crew, this is very important. So the same way you develop the pilot skills in a more or less balanced way, you want to do in the ground service. Ignore the repair speed and repair rank, and unless you are really using that crew to repair your planes. Increase repair speed more or less to the half, and then weapon maintenance more or less to the half. Then go on and purchase at the very least an expert qualification for the plane, because that gives you an instant 30 in some of the most vital stats. Well, you have here repair speed, this is not very important, but reload speed, especially for arcade, is very, very important. You will spend some money, but that's a well spent money. Later on, you can click accelerated training. In accelerated training, what you get is a given number of experience points in exchange for eagles. The more you spend, the more you are going to win. For instance, if you spend just 1 eagle, you are going to get 10 XP. If you spend 10, you are going to spend 100, which is 10 times what you get with 1, but you get a plus 50. With this you get a plus 50, and with this you get a plus 70. So the bigger you go in eagles spent, the more XP you get. I think that if you spend 100 eagles in one crew, is more than enough. I mean, 1,500 lions XP is more than enough to bring your keen vision, visibility, all these stats to more or less 20, 20, 20, maybe 40, 50, and then you have some to spend in your weapon maintenance and reload speed. And this is a very good way to increase your pilot automatically, and the resulting pilot is going to be much better than the one you currently have. And this is very important thing. Gaijin usually runs some specials that give you some free eagles, and when you start out in the game, you actually get some free eagles after you complete the tutorials, and this is probably the best way to spend them, really, because it makes a huge difference. I mean, this pilot I have here, which is, you can see, is far from being maxed, is really effective. I really did waste my points here in gunners, because, well, this pilot back in the day was the pilot I was using for the WWII and the blend name, and later on I lost all my interesting bombers, and really all these points I could have spent better in pilot, because I'm using this pilot as a fighter, as most of them. But it's not case. Maybe in your case you are looking for bombers, and this is good. Also remember, these are only affecting your AI gunners. If you are mining your guns, these are totally worthless. Okay? So if you want your AI gunners to be better, spend money here. But if you are going to mine the guns yourself, it's not as important as pilot and ground service skills. So my recommendation here is, if you can save a little bit of eagles, doesn't have to be a lot, 100 is enough. You can improve your pilot from being a really horrible pilot into a very good one by adding the standard qualification with money. And you're going to notice the difference instantly, especially because in keen vision and visibility, because the pilot is going to see a lot more. You are going to be able to see enemies much farther away, and you can react to them much quicker than what you would do if you didn't have those skills. Also, it's very important, G tolerance is quite important. You don't need a huge lot of G tolerance, but 30 already makes a huge difference. If you want to spend some money, accelerate training is a must, really. 100 eagles. I'm not going to tell you to go 1000 because I think this is too much. But 100 eagles to bring your pilot from being a shitty pilot to be a competent one is more than, really, I recommend that. I'm not going to recommend a lot of things that cost you money, but this is one. And finally, expert your pilot. And if you want to have a little bit more of bonuses, go make it an ace. I never do that. I mean, and for those who are wondering, my most flown plane, which is the Focus 180, I don't even have in expert. But of course, I have it pretty much maxed out in every other thing. But I could go on and spend 260,000 lions to have. I'm actually going to do that. What the hell? I have money to spare. And then you can see now I have even more bonuses. The problem here is that making an ace of a level 11 plane is 700 lions. Eagles, sorry. If you go here, the Henkel costs you almost 700,000 lions to repair, to upgrade to ace, and that's a lot. It's very worth it, but again, I have a pretty much maxed out pilot in keen vision and visibility. I'm not really worried by that. But if you want to go and make it an ace, I'm guessing it's going to be more than 1,500 eagles. So the thing is that you want to strike a balance. You don't want to spend too much. What you want to have is a pretty competent pilot, but nothing too bad. I mean, what you're looking right here, right now, with a plus 30, not the plus 50, is more than enough to be competent in historical battles. You can see I have 258 points I'm going to spend right now. I didn't spend until now. Actually, what I'm going to do is to bring this to 25. I'm going to bring this to, I do have enough, yep. And then spend the rest on G tolerance, which I'm going to up to 40 next, and then I'll start doing the same with the others skills. And that's how you do it. I'm not worried by weapon maintenance, but you might be. So if you want to spend here, spend so. This is good to, if you are getting a lot of overheats, if you are dropping a lot of bombs and rockets, this is very important. If you are not, this can be perfectly void and nothing will happen. But for the rest, the most important ones, in my opinion, are the pilot skills. All of them. Really, you really want to be more or less balanced. And the ground service one in what regards to the reload speed, and if you are interested in free repairs, the repair speed and the repair rank. So yeah, that's it for this video, guys. That covers pretty much everything about how to develop your pilot properly, how you should do it, and in which steps. Also remember, the better your pilot is, the better results you are going to get with it. And the better results you get with the pilot, the more crew XP points you are going to earn. So it's a virtuous circle. If you start doing this properly from the beginning, soon you will have a very nice pilot. It's not going to be a maxed out one, because I'm going to freely say that in this one, in this pilot, I spent at least 500 eagles, because it was my main pilot for the Focus 190. But you don't have to. You don't have to. Really, you don't. With the tips I gave you, you are going to end up with a pretty nice pilot in pretty much the moment you do it. So again, guys, I hope you enjoyed. I hope you had fun. I hope you found this lesson entertaining and useful. As always, guys, thank you very much for watching. Hope you enjoyed, and see you later.